It may not last forever in reality, but as of this day right now, I pledge to you to give you my effort, my time, my life, my commitment into making this last for the rest of our lives. Is that an achievement? Hello knockouts, Tonya TKO here, and this is part 2. So if you haven't seen the first video, you can watch that one. We watched his first video on marriage not being an achievement. We're going to watch part 2 right now. So we're doing a review of MC Chaz, who I believe is a relationship expert or a guru or whatever the case may be. I don't know. We're going to go forward watching part 2 of his video, and then we'll come into my intros and give our feedback and point of view about it. All right?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? It's your boy MC Chaz. It's still a good day that the Lord has made today. I made a video yesterday, and in this video I had stated that people should not die in marriages, and people shouldn't lose their sanities in marriages, and that marriage in a nutshell is not by force, and you should walk out. And then I also stated something that some people decided to combat, okay, which is fine, it's part of life. My opinion, your opinion, okay? I said marriage is not an achievement, and a lot of people decided to hop on that bandwagon and you know, describe or state how they felt about marriage being an achievement. So basically they're saying marriage is an achievement. Now let me tell you something, okay? There's what we call English, right? And in English we need to be able to make sure that most of the words that come out of our mouth are very defined, okay? Use the proper word to describe a particular situation, okay? I am on the stand that marriage is not an achievement, okay? Now let me break this down further. When you marry a good man or a good woman, okay, it's called marriage, right? Because you're married to a good man or good woman can lead to achievements, okay? Marriage in itself is not an achievement. What happens successfully due to the efforts and courage and skills that you have put into that marriage is what would lead you to achievements. Both of you make more money. Both of you give birth to children. Your children grow up to become industrious individuals. Achievements. The marriage itself is not an achievement. Because if you say marriage is an achievement, what about the bad marriages? Is that also an achievement? An achievement of what? Because achievement is related to success. Something that is successful, okay? An achievement is something that someone might have put in their talent, their skills, and the courage, effort to successfully obtain something. Follow me? Are you following me? So, marriage in itself is the binding of two people legally to become one. Legally, keyword, all right? That's what marriage itself is. Now, people put in the efforts, I understand, to be married. However, the effort is not to be married. The effort is put in staying married. Okay? So when I say marriage is not an achievement, I am basically letting you know that marriage in itself is not an achievement. It is not an achievement. Okay? Because if you say that a good marriage is an achievement, okay, what is a bad marriage? What is that? Marriage is marriage on its own. Achievement has a whole lot of other things to do after marriage. So let us change the narrative and the perception that when somebody is about to get married, oh, I have achieved. No, you haven't really achieved anything, quite frankly. You have just gotten married. Your achievements can come after the marriage. Same thing for the person who is not getting married. When you have put in efforts and skills and you have successfully become a doctor, successfully become a priest, a pastor who is not married, you have achieved. If you have put in efforts, you worked so hard and you built yourself a nice house, you bought yourself a nice car, you have achieved something because it had to do with efforts and success. Okay? So let's break it down. I don't want you thinking. So I think what you guys are thinking when I say marriage is not an achievement is like, oh, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't, you know, it's not anything. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that. I'm only saying in terms of the topic where people should not die in marriages. Let us stop spreading this news that marriage is such an achievement, because it's not. It has nothing to do with any form of achievement. Are you saying that being married to somebody that you love is now an achievement? For those of you that feel like people who are not married have not achieved anything in life, that's the narrative that needs to be changed, because you're constantly and currently chained down into a certain mentality that will get you screwed up. People can get married. What they bring out of that marriage can be an achievement. That's all I'm saying. Thank you.
All right. Oh my goodness. I really like this guy. I like him. He, you know, because I wasn't really on the same page with him at first, but then the way that he broke it down, but then there's also some things that I think are getting a little convoluted in there. So let's jump and dive. Oh, this is so juicy. I love when I get juicy things. Thank you. So Andrewa, this is the second video. She actually sent me 3 videos. So we might do the 3rd video. I don't know, but it depends. Let's see how we get through this one first. As you know, I'm Tonya TKO, and I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTko.com. I help you learn how to love yourself and each other. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments in our own lives. And you know what? I love videos from men because they're usually so short and succinct. So that we could watch their whole video and then dive in for my commentary in this one. So he convinced me. He pulled me over to the other side. He said, but then I also have some feedback on that, because in video number 1, we talked about how in the Black American community, Black American men are pushed to go out there, use your penis to slay and ram and jam and take somebody's daughter and squirt inside of her like a Twinkie or a masturbatory sleeve, and then toss her away, and just see how many times you can rinse and repeat that. So for the Black men in the Black American community, that's what's pushed. Go out there. Never settle down. Don't let anyone trap you. Ball and chain. Right? So then he comes and he starts talking about achievement in terms of talent, skills, effort, and being able to achieve. And that there is an achievement in staying married. You know what, I guess can we say that there is an achievement in staying married, or that there could be an achievement in maintaining a healthy union, a healthy, committed, long-term monogamous union with another person? Now, those are some heavy words, and you can define each one of those for yourself, since we're doing definitions here now, right? Now, the thing that I think he got a little convoluted is the part where he was like, oh, how people try to make it seem like if you have not been married that you have not achieved anything. And I think that there are, I don't think anybody is saying that if you have not been married, you have not achieved anything. However, when it comes to women, I think that there's a certain amount of societal success that is attributed to women who are able to fulfill their humanistic duty of giving birth, because a society without women who give birth is a society that becomes stagnant. So people need women to give birth. So let's jump onto that, because Oprah is a woman that people will be like, oh, Oprah is not as quote-unquote successful as she actually really is, because she's never gotten married and she's never given birth. So that's one thing. But then when we flip the script on that, is it an achievement to get your lasso? Listen. Is it an achievement to get your theoretical lasso, spin it around, throw it around the body of a man, capture him and pull him to get him to come down the aisle? Listen, I guess if you got to do all of I guess that, then the achievement could be in your lassoing skills. But when we talk about theoretically doing that, when you come from a society like Black Americans in the United States, where only 22% of Black men are married, right? The other 79% of them are averse or incapable or just not really feeling like walking down the aisle. Is it an achievement to be in relation with a person who is hard to get down the aisle and to get that person to go down the aisle? You know what? I want to hear your thoughts on that, because my mind is not really fully convinced. Like, he made some really good arguments. Like, marriage in itself is not an achievement. But is he saying this because he's coming from a male point of view? Is he saying this because he's coming from an African male point of view, where I think African men are a little more likely to get married than African American men? So is it an achievement to be able to have a union with a man where he is averse to marriage, where you, and because of the strength of that union or the skill of your manipulation, or doggone it, your lasso. Listen, you all know I went to the rodeo. You know I'm in the West right now, and I went to the rodeo a few weeks ago, and they truly had lassos, and that little bull was running out there, and they would get that lasso and be like, whoosh, and the little bull would just take all four of his little legs. Listen. And I remember, you know what, I hope I have the footage of this, where the person had the lasso, and the bull, they went to go get it, and that bull was like, and all you saw was a bull's little legs, because they use baby bulls, right? And all you saw was that bull was like, that bull was like, all you saw was it run out the stadium. And the cowboy was like running. It was running behind it. So, is it an... This is so foolish. This is so foolish. Is it an achievement to lasso a person emotionally and get them to commit on paper before family, God, the justice of the peace, even before you, and be like, okay, listen, it may not last forever in reality, but as of this day right now, I pledge to you to give you my effort, my time, my life, my commitment into making this last for the rest of our lives. Is that an achievement? I'm on the fence, because there's a part of me that wants to be like, yes, that is an achievement. You have achieved commitment. Like, okay, is it an achievement to go into a temp assignment? So, because basically relationships are like temp assignments. Is it an achievement to go into a temp assignment, and based on what exists inside that assignment, your skill, whether they be theoretical or lassoing, you go into that situation, and whatever it is that happens at the end of that company is like, you know what? We want to hire you, and we want to sign a contract for you to be within our midst from here forward. Is it an achievement? So if marriage is not going to be an achievement to get a person to pledge their life to you forever, then I guess getting any type of contract is not an achievement. As an entrepreneur, when you go out there and you get the type of company that you want, paying the type of money that you want, in the opportunity that you may have dreamed of, to get them to sign papers with you, is that an achievement? You know, listen, I'm going to leave it open. I want you all in the comments to convince me. Is it an achievement? Is it not? I can see how there is achievement in getting that. But then it also has to be just who's the person. Was this person a hard to get person? Was this a person that other people wanted? Or was this just any old person? You know what I'm going to say? Say it with me. Person? With a penis. Oh, was the person just a person with a penis? And I got my lasso. And I got him. And I dragged. I mean, if it's just any old person and you got to drag them down the aisle, is there achievement in that? Or is there achievement in coming into and being in relation with a person where you two both decide to stand up and be like, it's me and you, babe, forever. Forever. The way I'm leaning right now, I'm saying that it is an achievement. That's the way I'm leaning right now from a Black American woman's point of view. So on that note, listen, let me jump out of here. I wanna hear your thoughts below. Leave your comments. Share the video. If you know him, you know what? Give him a shout out for me. Give him a shout out for me. I would love to. You know what? I would love to debate him on this. Because I'm open to being convinced. I am. I'm open to being convinced. All right? So listen, on that note, Tonya TKO, and I am out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is, I want to say, acknowledging your achievements. Acknowledge your achievements. I'm out of here. Go and get my Self-Love Affirmations book on my website. It's on Amazon, doing really well. This affirmations book, it's a beautiful book. It helps you rewrite your subconscious programming for success. All right? So that you can achieve. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace.